Hello, welcome back to another video, and today we will be reviewing every single tank in Overwatch 2. This is all on my personal opinion, so you don't have to take my word for it. So, first off, we have D.Va. We have her little charge ability, like her thrusters. It'll damage anybody that she runs into, and push people that she runs into. I think it's pretty good for, it's kind of like Doomfist, just not as strong. Second ability, we have her rockets, that can do a lot of damage. I think she could be really good for pushing people. Then we have her, little barrier, that if any bullets would, I think I can demonstrate it over here. Yeah. Now you can see that the bullets aren't killing the friendly bot. So all it does is block almost every single projectile. It can block tracer ult. I don't know about other ults. You'll have to test that for yourself. But I think D.Va's pretty good for pushing people. Let me get her ultimate. I almost skipped that on accident. So we're just gonna do that. Okay, so for ultimate, I'm gonna kill this bot, and then once he respawns, for ultimate, she has two ultimates. One is exploding this, basically an insta kill, and her second ult is hopping back into her mech. Although I think she's pretty cool, but yeah. So okay, so we have Doomfist. This is what I was talking about earlier. His punch and his primary fire. I don't recommend using his primary fire, only if you need a finishing blow on enemies. But his right click punches people, just like D.Va's mech thrust. Just doesn't do it that fast. Like he doesn't go that far with it. His L shift is jumping up in the air and smacking people down. It's more, he's kind of a dive comp. It used to be uppercut, but now it's block. So let me test this out over here. Basically, he still takes damage, but he can charge up his fist, so his punch is stronger, from what I know. And, that can be really good for pushing a fight, but I think Doomfist is more on the dive comp. Now his ultimate, you can zoom out to get on top, and basically he crashes down on enemies, and yeah, he does damage to the surrounding area. Now we have Junker Queen. Actually, I already reviewed Junker Queen, so if you want to check that out, that is the last video I posted. Let's move on to Orisa. So we have Orisa's primary fire. I think this is quite unique because it's just infinite until overheat, so it's like a minigun. Her right click is a spear that she can throw. And then her E is exactly like D.Va's thruster, but meant for pushing battles, and you know, you can push way better. L shift makes her invincible to a knockback, and gives her temporary shields. Moving on to Reinhardt, not Ramatra, because I already reviewed Ramatra. Reinhardt has a primary fire of his hammer. He is a melee character. Then his first ability would be his charge. That is mainly just used to solo kill people. So if there's an annoying Widow on the team, you could just do that. Now, his E now can be used twice, and it's just basically a fireball that can two-shot a tracer, so basically like 75 damage. don't take that. That's just like, don't take that as for real, because I just said that because it seemed like 75 damage. His shield can take 1,200 damage. It's pretty good, useful for pushing fights, especially in payload. His ultimate, basically knocking down every enemy in front of it, and if you exactly hit somebody right under your hammer, I think it's an insta kill for most heroes, but it can be kind of iffy. It really depends. Then we have Roadhog. He can shoot with his primary and his secondary. I usually use his primary because it's like a Junker Queen scatter shot, but a little bit better. Anyways, his L shift is to hook people and get them close, so you can headshot them. And over here, you could probably already tell from it, the symbol on it, that it heals people. And it should heal for like half of Roadhog's HP. So if you need extra health for Roadhog, I really suggest using that often when you're in a big fight. Anyways, we're moving on to Sigma. Sigma can he can bounce things off of walls just like Junkrat, which I will review in a video soon. I don't know how long it will be since before I will make that DPS review, but really depends. Then we have his shield, just like Reinhardt's, but it can move and can be placed. It could be retreated at the same time and recharge. His E is an entire rock, kind of like Reinhardt's slipped hammer down, his ultimate, but to hit one person. Then we have his next ability, or his last ability, not his last. Then he can absorb damage and use it for temporary shields, which I think can be really helpful during actual battles to help him. Then we have his ultimate. He can lift people in the sky and slam them down into the ground. Really good for getting kills for people that have low HP, like Tracer. But you're not gonna really get kills all that often unless you use his primary fire during it. But if they have a dive comp or air comp, I suggest don't use Sigma. He's not really helpful. He's only helpful for his rock and absorb and primary, but otherwise he's not really that helpful against dive or air. This is a dive comp, I will say. He can hit multiple people at the same time. This is his primary fire. Electrocutes people slowly. I think it can be helpful. Then he has a barrier that activates for 4 seconds, as in a round circle. Can be helped for pushing fights. His second shot would be just charging to the maximum and shooting a straight line to do some sort of damage, which I think is really cool. Then we have L shift that can make him dive up like Doomfist, and it does damage when on impact. He can be helpful for dive, but otherwise he's not too helpful. No offense to any Winston mains. I just don't think he's really helpful all that much sometimes. His ultimate makes him turn into like a Reinhardt, and he can hit people and gives him some extra damage and some extra health. And I think he has a 1 second cooldown on his dive, so you can really dive some people. And second to last, we have Wrecking Ball, or Hammond. So he has a machine gun in his primary fire. You can run out of bullets really fast, but can really kill sometimes. Now we have his L shift. turns him into a ball, gives him some extra mobility, but he cannot shoot. Alright. Then you have E, where if there's a lot of enemies around, he can get way more HP. As you can see, he has 1,100 HP. Just for 3 people around him, which is pretty good, if you ask me. Then we have his grapple. He grapples onto the surface and can do that. I think it's pretty good. And then we have his, I'm trying to do his L control. Where is he even? Oh, accidentally died. Trying to figure out where control is. Yeah, I'm not very bright. But, then we can dive on people. So, Hammond's really good for diving, I would say. If you have any enemies that are, like, really good at diving, or, like, anything good at pushing, Hammond's really good for placing mines in a certain area, so enemies can be trapped and have to move through the minefield. This won't work on air characters due to the fact that they could just fly over them, but people like Tracer might accidentally move into them, so it's kind of helpful. Moving on to the last character of the tank, then we have Zarya. With you can put a shield on yourself. Then we have a lightsaber, or what I like to call a lightsaber. It can be really good for taking out the squishy characters, like Tracer, that has like almost no health. Then we have right click, which is does way more damage, but you run out of ammo way more faster. People say her primary is better, which I could see why, but sometimes doing that could be really helpful. Then we have E, that can place a shield on top of a friendly and can protect them for literally the entire time. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I would say out of my favorite tanks, it gotta be Orisa or Diva. I'm gonna say Diva because of the fact of her one-shot ult. But if you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. If you don't have to. But yeah, this is my review on tanks in Overwatch 2. I will make a DPS and support video, just so you know. And I'll always do reviews on Overwatch. I don't think I'll stop doing reviews unless the game really goes down to nothing. But hope you enjoyed. Have a good day or night, depending on when you watch this.